An insult has no power unless you give it one. Think about that for a moment. Someone throws words at you like small stones. Some bounce off and vanish in the grass. Others hit. But what truly makes you feel the sting? The words themselves, or your permission for those words to become more than just sound? If you've ever tossed and turned at night, replaying someone's comment in your mind, you know the feeling well. Today we'll explore how a true Stoic responds to insults and disrespect. Not by fleeing, not by fighting back, but by reclaiming sovereignty over judgment and inner peace. Why does it hurt at all? It feels as if the insult cuts from the outside in. In truth, it's not the insult that wounds us, but our interpretation of it. Our instinctive reaction is to strike back, to defend, to explain ourselves. We assume someone has attacked our worth, and that we must restore it quickly. But to the Stoics, this instinct is a mistake of judgment. When we hand over responsibility for our emotions to another person's words, we surrender our power. We start playing a game whose rules we didn't set. Most of all, we confuse opinion with fact. And this is where the difference begins between a common reaction and a Stoic response. For the Stoic, another's words are only opinions, not facts. Their power is borrowed. It comes from our consent, from our willingness to internalize them. True harm requires our agreement. We are only injured when our virtue is violated, not our ego. Feelings are natural. The problem begins when feelings overpower judgment. If something burns inside us, the flame comes from within. It is our assessment of the insult that fuels the fire. Hence the deepest insight. The source of pain is internal, not external. We are the sting we feel. A virtuous response, calm, rational, unprovoked, preserves peace of mind. And finally, an insult often reveals more about the insulter than about us. It usually stems from jealousy, fear, or insecurity. Once we understand this, tension gives way to perspective. Epictetus put it plainly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This line overturns our habitual thinking. When someone hurts us, our first impulse is to look outward, at them. The Stoic looks inward, at his reaction, his judgment, his willingness to surrender control to emotion. Epictetus, with his characteristic irony, offers a disarming antidote to our defensive reflex. If someone tells you that a person has spoken badly of you, do not make excuses about what was said, but reply, "He doesn't know about my other faults. Otherwise, he would not have mentioned only these." There's humor in that, but also wisdom. Taking away the insult's seriousness dissolves its sting. It reminds us that a person's worth is not held hostage by the opinions of others. Epictetus presses further, "People do not hurt you. If you are offended, it is always your choice to interpret what happens as insulting or not." Choice. That word repeats like a refrain. We cannot choose what others say, but we can choose what it means to us. Elsewhere, he gives an unforgettable image. Remember, it is we who torment ourselves. What is being insulted after all? Stand before a rock and insult it. What have you achieved? If someone reacts to an insult like a rock, what has the insulter gained? The rock is not indifferent because it doesn't feel, but because it refuses to assign false value to words. Stoic indifference isn't coldness, it's discipline of judgment. Seneca adds a note of magnanimity. It is the mark of a great mind to scorn injuries. The most contemptuous form of revenge is not to deem your adversary worthy of it. Great and noble is he who, like a mighty beast, hears unmoved the barking of little dogs. This is not a call to despise people, but to despise injury itself, to deny it the attention it craves. It's not about belittling others, but about refusing to enlarge the wound. Finally, Marcus Aurelius seals the lesson with gentleness. Kindness is invincible, but only when it is sincere. For what can even the most malicious person do if you continue to show kindness and gently point out where they have gone wrong? This is courage in its highest form, to answer hostility with virtue. When you do that, the game ends. There are no opponents, only fallible humans. So how do we do this in practice? How do we move from theory to real action when we hear words that cut? First step, pause and reflect. Stop. Separate stimulus from response. Don't answer impulsively, even if silence feels awkward. Zoom out. Look at the situation from above. What really happened here? Who is speaking right now? Your impulsive self or your considered reason? This brief pause is the space where freedom begins. Without it, you react. With it, you choose. Remember Epictetus. It's not the event, but your reaction that matters. The pause is the doorway to choice. Second step, consider the source and intention. Ask yourself simple questions. Is this person well informed? Does their comment contain a grain of truth I can humbly accept, or a falsehood I can calmly forgive? If it's true, gratitude is the wise response. Someone, however awkwardly, has shown me a weakness. If it's false, forgiveness is the better path. When you don't respect the judgment of the insulter, their disapproval should bring relief, not distress. What someone unreliable says about you says little about you, and much about them. Seneca's insight echoes here. The great mind scorns injuries, not through contempt for others, but through reverence for virtue above distraction. Third step, the art of indifference and humor. Treat the insult like a dog's barking, loud but harmless. Humor is a sword that doesn't wound, it only cuts through illusion. Epictetus gives us a ready-made response that dissolves tension. He doesn't know my other faults, otherwise he would not have mentioned only these. A self-deprecating smile signals that you don't take the insult as a verdict. It refuses to let it settle inside you. Indifference here isn't coldness. It's the protection of your judgment from the noise of others. From these three steps emerges a rhythm: pause, discern, and lighten. Together, they form a shield, not one that blocks every arrow, but one that makes most of them miss because you no longer step into their path. In practice, this means you feel less pressure to explain yourself, correct others' opinions, or set the record straight. Sometimes, as Marcus Aurelius notes, sincere kindness, paired with gentle correction, is enough. Malice expects battle. Kindness disarms it. You may ask, what if it really hurt? What if the fire still burns inside? Remember Epictetus's rock. The rock does not learn indifference in the moment of the storm. It already is indifferent. This takes practice, a daily training of judgment. It begins with small things: a comment online, a rude tone at work, an impatient stranger. Each of these moments is a miniature arena where you can train pause, discernment, and humor. Over time, what once ruined your day becomes barely noticeable noise. And keep this in mind: life is too short to surrender it to the words of others. A virtuous response, calm, kind, self-possessed, is not weakness. It is strength. The one who must strike back instantly is enslaved. The one who chooses his response is free. And one more thing. An insult unmasks not just us, it unmasks the insulter's motives. Jealousy, fear, insecurity. Those are their burdens, not yours. Compassion, not contempt, is often the right answer. In this sense, Marcus Aurelius's invincible kindness truly is invincible. Let's summarize. Next time someone insults you, do three things. First, pause. Give yourself a few heartbeats of space. Second, ask, what here is fact and what is opinion? Is there truth to accept or falsehood to forgive? Third, if needed, dissolve the tension with humor, gentle indifference, or quiet kindness. Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Remember that you can be like the rock, not hardened, but clear in judgment. And remember that The most contemptuous form of revenge is not to deem your adversary worthy of it. Only then do you truly reclaim mastery over yourself. Your peace of mind is in your own hands. It always has been. In every conversation, comment, or encounter, you decide what others' words will mean to you. Now I'd like to ask you, which of these techniques resonates with you most? The pause, the analysis, or the humor and light indifference? Share your experience in the comments and tell us what difference it made when, instead of reacting, you chose virtue.